Lone gold miner back. We're on a little relic hunt here in the Sierra Foothills of California. And today we're in a new spot. We're in an old homestead. You can see over there the remnants of the fireplace, the chimney stack. It's all out of rock. Over here what we have is, I see all these little mounds right here. They work the plasters right here. And then you'll see all kinds of old rusty stuff. This right here, what I call a dugout, basically rock with kind of like a metal roof. What's interesting about this, you could see they built the space. I would call this an old shack where they kept, who knows what they kept right here, but they used all sorts of things to for the roof. Tin, all various types of tin and stuff like that. You see it's all just collapsed. This right here, it's an old Coca-Cola sign. I don't know if you could see it. It's stamped Coca-Cola right there. And interesting stuff. So we're going to do a little metal detecting and see what we find right here. All right, see you on the first target, folks. Beautiful warm day today. I have hunted this spot before, and I found a beautiful militia two-piece belt buckle. I only found one end of it. It was the tongue holder. They call it the tongue holder. It's a funny word, but that's what they call it. And it's a two-piece belt buckle. It was a cast brass piece, and you basically, it holds the belt up. That was a really good find. I've also found what appeared to be like a cufflink over here. And who knows what else we'll find. But you can see the old, that's where they had their home right there. And I looked at some of the old maps, and the home was present there until like the 20s and 30s. But who knows when it was built. So it's kind of exciting. Let's keep hunting. Oh, by the way, I am using the Nokta Simplex Lite, a very affordable metal detector anybody could buy. You could pick these up for $150 used, but brand new like condition. I believe we paid $150 for this, and it's already paid itself off in the first few months. Anyhow, see you on the first target. All right, I'm getting a double blip right here. So we're just gonna chance it, and we're gonna dig it. It's down deep. All right, the detector didn't lie. It was just a rusty old can. All right, let's move on to the next target. Okay, we got our second target, low 20s and 30s. Let's see what that is. Just as I expected, a lot more tin and stuff, metal parts. Okay, we got a 47, 47, 51. Let's see what that is. There it is. 12 gauge shotgun bottom. All right, well, what is it? It's Remington. All right, 12 gauge. Okay, we got a low tone. Let's dig this puppy out and see what we got here. All right, here we go. Pinpointer. Oh, it's a big target. Oh, what is this? It's a lid to a can, an old can. All right, let's continue. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I like Nokta. I like their detectors. They're great. But on their affordable side, end of it, it's the lower and upper rod are just, they're junk. I hate to say it, they're junk. When you go left and right, they wobble, and it just gives more pressure and resistance on your shoulders and elbows. It's a great machine. The Lite is a great machine, but they could have improved the lower and the upper rods Made them carbon fiber and just charged extra 25 bucks. Nokta, I hope you're listening. Great product. Disappointed on the plastic, really cheap lower and upper rod. Fix it, please. Okay, we got a mid-tone solid 48. Let's see what this is. Just more junk. I guess we got to remember on the old homesteads, you know, they didn't have a trash delivery or trash pickup here. They basically toss stuff all over the place. And it's expected to find a lot of garbage. Okay, I got a little target here. Something tiny. Let's figure out what that is. Oh, it's a little, what the heck is it? It's a little piece of metal, but it's made out of, it's not aluminum. It's copper. All right, well, let's continue on. Okay, I got a high 90. I'm thinking it's tin, but let's dig it up. Okay, I was correct, but the reason I dug it, even though I knew it was going to be something like this, something of that old Spanish silver will ring in that those numbers, high 90s silver, and very high tone, so that's why I dug it. Okay, we got a 60s, 66, 67, 68. See what that is. Okay, this is interesting. It's a piece of metal. Not sure what it is. Interesting here, a little dimple. It looks like it was chiseled cut. It's got some weight to it. I'm not sure if it has a marking or not. Kind of looks interesting over here. Looks like copper. Okay, well, we'll take that home and check it out. See what that is. All right, let's move on. Okay, so basically what we have here is that whole area down there is a creek, and it was heavily mined, placer mined, primarily by the Chinese, because I have found Chinese coins in this area before. Now this area is very interesting. The bench above it, see how it's flat? Okay, there were dwellings right here, and you see all those rocks? Those rocks, it could have been a dwelling, it could have been a place of like work or something. What they had here was a structure, and you see this right here. They had some sort of a furnace. There it is. That's the stack. You see all these old bricks? They smelted something here. Or it could have been part of a chimney. So I don't think it was a chimney. I think it was a smelting process from the placer concentrates, because I have found certain things that would tell me so, that this was an area where it was heavily mined, and there were dwellings above here, and this area here, this is where they smelted their ore. So anyhow, it's a very interesting site. There's a lot of trash here, but you see these are old bricks, probably from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. There was activity here. All right, let's continue on. Just so you have a perspective of what area I am hunting. Okay, I have a 20, 21. Let's see what that is. Okay, just a piece of some sort of metal. I don't know if it's, I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, just a junky piece of metal. Let's continue. Okay, we got a 23, 20. At the base of these rocks, see what we get. Okay, we got something iron. I don't know what this is. What the heck? Oh. All right, if anybody knows what this is, let me know. My goodness. Okay. Not sure. All right, well, it's a big piece of iron. Nothing too exciting. Is it part of a car? Model T? Not sure. Okay, here's another signal in the same area. We're gonna dig that puppy out. See what that is. Oh, heck. It's the same thing. That's two of these. Weird. Okay, not sure what that is. Like I said, second one. Anybody knows what that is, let me know. Okay, just around the corner of that, I just dug this up. I think it's part of a, perhaps a wood-burning fireplace. Sons, something in Sons. New, N-E, probably New York. Probably the manufacturer in New York. Anyway, okay, we're gonna keep digging this area here, see what this stuff is. Okay, just around that corner where that hole was, got something over here. All right, let's dig that out. All right, I'm going all metal just to see what kind of a metal it is. If it's iron, see what that is. Could be a axe head, it could be a pick, who knows? Let's check it out. Well, I found some old glass here. And I did find some nails, but they're round nails, so more modern nails, probably 1920s. Interesting. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I didn't get it on video, but anyway, I dug a hole right there, had a non-ferrous target. It's an opium lid. Excuse me. It's the strap that keeps the opium canister closed, and they basically peel it off, open up the canister, and get to their opium. So yeah, this is evidence of Chinese miners in this area. Cool. This stuff right here, that's tarweed. That stuff burns it's very oily, sticky, and it has a certain smell to it. But there's a lot of tarweed up here in the Sierra Foothills. In regards to Chinese coins, you all know how they have the hole in the center. Well, what a lot of these guys did was they put a string through those holes, and they would hold their 15, 20, 50 coins around their neck as they traveled. And anyway, just a piece of little information many didn't know. They didn't hold it in their pocket. They had it around their neck, around a string. Okay, I got a 59, 64, 61, 59. Let's dig this puppy up, see what it is. Okay, it's a small target. Let's see what that is. And I'm not gonna hit it. Like I did hit that badge. I don't know if anybody saw that. That episode where I hit that badge, the vintage badge from the, I don't know, 40s. We're gonna be real careful on this one. Okay. It's in this dirt clog here. I don't see any iron bleeding out of it, orange. That's kind of big. Let's see what it is. Huh. Ooh. Okay. I see something right over here. It's a button. Okay. Let's go. Oh. Ooh, I like these. Do you know what this is? Carhartt. This is a Carhartt, early Carhartt button. Back in the day, when in the 20s and 30s, where the unions were getting strong, corporations back then, such as Carhartt, I don't know if any of you knew, what they would do is they would go into partnership with the unions. And what they would do, put on their buttons, they would say, what did it say here? Organized labor's friend. Organized labor's friend. Okay, this is a different Carhartt button. I found one similar to this. This is a new one. I have never found this before. You see that? Carhartt in the middle. Organized at the top, labor's friend. This, my friends, is a very good find and part of our history tying labor unions with the companies. So this is really, really cool find right here. And it's excellent condition. It's copper or bronze. I think it's copper. And a lot of history behind these things. Of course, unions were very strong back then. People needed representation from the big corporate companies that were taking advantage of the labor back then. You got to consider back in those days, a lot of the labor were new immigrants and Americans, of course. And the unions became very strong. And Carhartt was part of that whole growth of the unions by branding their company with the labor. Okay, they were a friend of labor back then. Pretty cool, guys. Excellent find. This could be my find of the day. All right, thumbs up. Let's continue. All right, so right next to where I found that Carhartt organized unions labor's friend, that was in a non-ferrous mode, so I heard it. But what I did now is I'm thinking, like, because it's a slope right here, so when it rains, the muck will come down and bury the object, and the object would roll, getting deeper and deeper. So what I did is, just for kicks, I put it in non-ferrous, all metal mode, and in all metal mode on most detectors, it'll go a lot deeper. There's no restrictions, okay? There's no discrimination, which a lot of times when you use discrimination, you're gonna lose an inch or two in depth. So here we go. So right next to that hole, I'm getting a deep target here. I'm gonna dig that because in non-ferrous, it's not sensing anything, okay? So I'm gonna dig this up. You never know, we may get lucky, right? We may get something down in there. Let's check it out. Okay, so it's not getting a signal in non-ferrous. In all metal, I'm getting iron, but I'm gonna dig it out since I already dug halfway down to it. Let's see what it is. I mean, it could be a pocket knife, you never know. Could be something cool. Oh, okay, well, in this case, it was just a nail. But that's what you should do sometimes. If you get a nice target, check it in all metal. Just go deeper. There could be, you know, like I could have had a double button there. Just one went deeper, out of range in in discrimination mode, but not out of range with all metal mode. So something to think about. Since you're right there, might as well check that hole. But in my case, it was iron. Anyhow, that's a tip. Okay, I got an iffy target here, deep target. It's chattering because it's deep. So I'm gonna put it in all metal, just so you see. See, all metal. and non-ferrous discrimination mode. Nothing. Okay, so we lose depth when we use discrimination. Okay, or it's chattering. Hear that? And then all metal. All right, let's dig it. Let's dig it and see what it is. Okay, it's out. It's saying iron in disc mode. It's just, you hear that? It's chattering. It's telling me it's something either small that's non-ferrous, non-iron, or it's an iron target, because in iron, in all metal, comes out really good. So let's check it anyhow. Let's get the pinpointer out, see what we get. All right, let me find this thing. Okay, it was a piece of nail. All right, no big deal. Let's continue. Okay, we have a deep target, but it's half non-ferrous, half, chatter. So we're gonna have to dig a few inches off and see what kind of a target that is. The only reason I'm digging this right here is because right there, we found that Carhartt button. So, hey, if there was a shirt here, there could have been more than one button. Let's dig it. Okay, I dug a few inches down. It's coming a little clearer in disc mode, and in non-ferrous or all metal. It's still down deeper, but it's let's see what number it's giving me in disc mode. Okay, 50s, 60s. All right, let's continue. Maybe we have another button here. Who knows? Okay. We got it out. Let's see what it is. Let's get our pinpointer out. All right, let's see what this puppy is. Not sure what that is. Definitely something. Oh. It's like it's a screw. It's let's see if it's magnetic. It's non-magnetic. So it's heavy. So it's either brass, copper, definitely not aluminum. It's got weight to it. Anyway, I'll clean that up, see what this is all about. All right, let's continue on. All right, cool. Look at that. It's a it's a copper. It's very heavy. It looks like a spoon or a end of a fork. Kind of cool. Yeah. I've been here many times, and how did I miss this? Hey, perhaps it's the Simplex Lite. All right, with the small coil. Gets down pretty deep, folks. I like the Simplex Lite. I don't like the lower and upper rods. Water jug's empty. Got to head to the truck and fill it back up and get back to relic hunting. And I'm going to do a shortcut. Go along the creek. But as you see, folks, this is the creek that they mined. It goes all around right here. And you'll see tailing piles all over in here. And nice bedrock, but it's just round. It's very worn out, smooth. So the gold's not going to get caught up in there. And the rest of it is there's just a lot of overburden. But this would be an interesting spot to dry wash or sluice and whatnot. I kind of like it for relic hunting here. I found numerous not gold coins. I wish. I've only found one gold coin, and that was not anywhere near here. I did find silver, but and Chinese coins. But anyhow, yeah, a lot of good sites here, a lot of flat areas, and you just never know what you're gonna find. All right, let's go back and get our water, and then we're gonna go back to hunting. That one I will dig. I'm liking the sound of that. 23, 24. Let's see what we got. Get the old pinpointer out. I'll let you see yourself. See that clog right there? And we have, what do we have here? We have, oh, dropped it. Okay, we got a 60s. We got a 60s number here. Oh, actually, no. We have, yeah, 70s, 85. Let's check out, see what that is. All right, let's dig that out. Well, iron. Let's move on. Not far from that target is another target. And this one is 19, 20, 21. So it's right. Wait. Right there. Let's get the pinpointer out and see what we get. Okay, let's dig it out. Okay, tiny little square nail. All right, well, that's cool. Tells us there was people here. Let's continue on. I don't mind finding stuff like this. It just tells you there was human, a habitat here for humans. And at one time, so when you're picking up, square nails and whatnot, it means they planted themselves for a certain period of time. And obviously, since they were placer mining here, they were here in the 1800s. And then during the Depression, there were probably a couple guys over here sniping, trying to, make a living to feed themselves. So stuff like that is pretty cool. All right, let's continue. Okay, we got a signal here. 20s. All right, let's dig that up. All right, let's dig it up. Sounded pretty good in the ground, but it ended up being just the top end of a square nail. All right, well, let's move forward. Okay, I got a 70, I don't know, it's kind of all over the place. 7982. Let's dig it. Piece of metal, looks like part of a shovel. The part that holds the shovel onto the wood. See how it's kind of round right there? It's all worn out though. All right, let's move forward. Okay, we got a 74, 73, 77. Let's dig it. Nothing too exciting. All right, let's move on. Okay. We are just going up this little slope. There's the lowlands, and now we're kind of going up a slope. And I have a target right here. Let's see what we got. What do we got here? Oh, whoa! No way, man. Check this out. It's a barrel. It's a barrel of a pistol. Ho, ho, ho. This is cool. This is really cool. Wow. Oh, man. This is great. Look at that hole right there. Let me clean that up. I can't find a square nail right now, but this is an octagon barrel. It's got the support mounts where it was in the, I don't know. It was attached to the frame with the trigger down here and the handle. And wow, this is great. Well, I don't know if the Carhartt button or the barrel of this octagon pistol is my find of the day. This is cool. All right, well, I'm going to search around here a little closer, maybe dig out some iron targets. I was in discrimination mode, but this is such a large iron target that it picked it up. It was right here on the surface. So anyhow, we're going to spend a little time just digging around here, see if we can find anything else. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, just about 4 feet above that barrel, I have a, it's all in the 20 range. All right, let's dig this puppy out. Let's see where the pinpointer says it is. Man, I'm stoked with that barrel. Cool. Okay. All right, let's get the detector. All right, it's right there. I had to get it better. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know what it is. It's pretty heavy. It could be lead. Let me just give it a little. It's lead. I don't want to put this in my mouth and wash it. Yeah, it's not gold. I mean, I found gold way above, creeks and stuff. I always figure gold miner, he just lost a nugget, just like anyone could lose something. Back then, they've lost stuff too. Anyway, I'm going to put this in my pocket, check it out. But yeah, it bends. This is lead. All right, let's continue. All right, all metal mode. Let's see what this is. Nothing but a big nail. All right, let's move forward. Okay. 24, 22. I'm thinking 22 casing, but I could be wrong. I know on my White's MXT, anything around 22, 24 is a 22 caliber bullet or casing. So let me see. Let's see what it'll be on the Simplex Lite. Let me get my pinpointer out. Oh, shoot. It was a 22 cal bullet. There it is. Flash. Yeah, it's a 22. Yep, 22. I was kind of right, wasn't I? Okay, I got a... All right, well, let's see what the pinpointer says. A little deep for the pinpointer. Maybe not. It's right there. Okay. There it is. I see it. 22 casing. Yep. All right. Let's move forward. Another target. High 80s, low 90s. Let's dig it. All right. There it is. Piece of metal. All right. Let's check out our wrap up. As you see, I've done a lot of hunting today. All these little pieces right here are iron trash. So that goes in this pile. Oh, this is a non-ferrous object. Okay. So then we have a shard of pottery right here, black on the outside, like a glaze, and inside, that's that. A shotgun, bottom, a couple 22s right there. Then we have a bunch of nails right here, a can opener, right? Probably sardines from Holland. And over here, we have our gun barrel. This is really cool. Can't wait to clean this. I don't know, maybe it's a Colt octagon barrel pistol. Some of you that are more knowledgeable than myself in antique vintage arms. This does look like a U.S. produced. I think I've seen pictures of like Colt handguns. Then we have a copper spoon handle broke off. Why do they always break off? And then an opium tin sliver that opens up around a can. And then we have this little copper thing. I'm going to take a look at this a little closer. But it's, see how it's got the green patina? It's copper. And then we have this, I'm not sure what metal this is. Could be copper, but it's like a screw. Okay. And then let me get the Carhartt button, 1 second. And then we have this beautiful Carhartt button. And you can see it right there. It says Organized Carhartt Laborer's Friend. Pretty sturdy little solid button. I'm really happy with this one. Never found one of these before. It's a first for me. So, all right, guys. Carhartt's been around. I never knew until I found these buttons that Carhartt is an old company, and they made overalls. I guess people who labored back in the day, you know, their pants and wardrobes and stuff like that. Yeah, totally intact. I'll clean it up. Definitely a nice example of an early 1920s and 30s button. All right, friends. Hope you enjoy this reality hunt. Typically, this is how things go up here. You know, we're not always digging up gold, and we're basically digging up people's lives. you know, learn a little bit about how they lived in this area, who they might have been. So by the stuff that we found. Anyhow, folks, thanks for joining me, and have yourself a good evening and a good morning wherever you are in this world. And we're going to go back to looking for some gold on another hunt, possibly tomorrow or the next day. All right, until then, take care. Okay, so here's the barrel. I cleaned it up a bit. You see it, it's an octagon barrel, pistol barrel. The sight, you can see the sight right there, that dot right there in front. That's where the sight, front sight was. And what's interesting about this is the back. There's a piece of lead stuck in there. Interesting. You see the lead right there? And then this part right here, there's a screw in the middle, a screw right there, and there's one over here, right there in front. So I would presume this would go down like this. The lead rounder is right there, and there is the front of the barrel. Anyhow, pretty cool. I'll research this and find out what pistol belonged to. Yeah, pretty cool find. All right, folks, have a great day.